matching dating offers and creatives. Of course, creatives is a rather broad term and can mean different things to different stakeholders. So, creatives, what are we talking about? Is it the banner, pre-lander, offer landing page? Marina, let's start with you.
Well, as I said before, it depends who you're talking to. In Advidi, as a network, we are familiar with all of the terms above. However, in the creative department, we mostly provide affiliates with landing pages. We also call them landers later. We tend to give creative freedom to our affiliates to create banners and pre-landers to complete the sales funnel. Maybe this also comes as a result of working with more experienced affiliates. But on the other hand, I also understand that if you're newer to the game, it's a bit hard to figure out where to begin. Although we cannot, just serve it all on a silver platter, we can definitely try to give you some advice and point you into the right direction. It's always good to keep in mind, I think, that every affiliate worked very hard to get to this experience level and to know which pre-lander and banner works for them. And we cannot really expect affiliates to share in-depth information about banners and pre-landers, as that is their business secret. So good to keep in mind that in a network, we do have a more macro level perspective on specific requests, but we don't really see the whole funnel.
Important to note indeed, Marina, and looking forward to dive into that a bit later with you. Eva, from your media buying perspective, you are actually in control of this funnel, and as you do manage the traffic, what do you consider creatives? And I think interesting enough, what comes first, the offer or the creative?
For me, creative is mostly a banner and pre-sale page, so-called pre-lander, and offer landing page is also important part of the flow. It can make it or break it, but I don't have that much control over it. So as Marina said, it's more on the network side to provide it. For me, for a media buyer, it is more my job to design what comes before it. Because like from the user perspective, it is banner that comes first. So the user journey starts when they click on a banner, and then they are redirected to the pre-lander, and then they may or may not go further to the offer page. And talking about the workflow, from a perspective of a media buyer who is starting from scratch, I would say the offer comes first, exactly for the reason that I mentioned, that this is what is given to us from the advertiser, and you don't have that much influence how it looks like. You can provide feedback and request changes, but by default you get something ready-made. And you have to build like the funnel that will match this offer. So you need to work on a banner and a landing page that will make the user want to join the site. So you have to build a compelling path for him to follow. So visually attractive banner, resonating call to action, and convincing pre-lander. But also, we are on the market for quite a while, and we are not reinventing the wheel every time there is like a new offer. So when our affiliate manager introduces us to a new offer, we already have some set of banners and creatives that prove to work well for us. So it wouldn't make sense to change everything to fit untested new offer. Then we would add a new offer to the rotation and just pick the offer landers that would go well with what we already had running. So for example, we would focus on testing a certain angle that proved to work good for us, and certain, we already know from the experience in particular geo and also from other similar geos, which offer landing pages work the best for us. And with Advidi offers, I noticed that there are usually many different landing pages available per offer. So it actually is easier to choose something that fit your creatives. But also these are big set of different landers, but they also very similar across many geos. So when you enter a new geo, or when you start a new offer in the geo where you're already running, it helps also not to go blind, because you can refer to your experience with another offer and estimate more or less how it will work for you based on the performance of similar landers. So I guess you can say it goes both ways. You start with the offer, you build your creatives around it, but then you also adapt the offer to your flow.
Thanks, Eva. Just for the listeners out there that are less familiar with how the tech terminology, so flow, as Eva's mentioning, is the banner and pre-lander side of things. I think, Eva, what you're saying, you build it around the offer, however you do over time, learn what works for you, and not everything is so custom, but you do have proven flows and then go from there.